Soup is a dish that transcends all culture. It's safe, comforting even. But have you ever wondered where soup comes from? Over the past several days, that's the question that I kept coming back to. I must admit, I was quite surprised when I learned the truth. Wait, seriously? You've never heard this story? Oh, let's fix that, shall we? The year was 902 AD, a time historians have coined the Dark Ages due to the lack of indoor plumbing. More importantly, though, it was the year that soup was created. Scholars are torn as to precisely where this happened, but many believe the events of this story played out in what we now know as Kansas. It was a Thursday. Felicity awoke like she did every morning, angry, frustrated. It had been 5 years since the offense. She hadn't forgiven her parents, nor did she have any plans to. No, they could go to the crows for all she cared. There are some things in life that are simply unforgivable. For Felicity, that was being forced to marry the very dull Victor. Felicity's father was a fisherman, an honest living, but a meager one. Victor used his life savings to purchase her hand in marriage, a handful of shillings and a pig. Just the thought made Felicity's blood boil, even after all of these years. Victor had been kind to her, sure, but the man was insufferable. Boring would be an understatement. Felicity wasn't a bad person, at that she was certain. Anybody would be driven to the same ends had they lived with Victor for 5 years. She simply couldn't bear it any longer. She'd heard tell of a local witch selling all manner of potions, so, under the cover of nightfall, she traversed the forbidden forest to the old lady's shack. "Why do you come, child?" the old witch asked. "My husband is unbearable," she'd wailed. The witch merely smiled, extending her hand. "Boil this in water," she'd said, "but beware. Do not drink of it yourself, no matter how tempted thou may be." Felicity gasped. "Is it poison?" she'd asked. "I don't wish him dead, just more tolerable." The witch just stared, a knowing expression on her face. "You will take it, child, and with this your life will be better." The next day, Felicity brewed the potion for her husband. The scent was just like the old witch had warned, intoxicating. She placed the bowl in front of Victor, who then looked at it suspiciously. He suffered from allergy, so smell wasn't his strong suit. Victor hesitantly raised a spoonful to his mouth, taking a small sip. The spoon immediately clattered to the floor. Felicity turned to see Victor's face buried in the bowl. She began to scream. "What have I done? Oh, God, what have I done?" Then, Victor raised his head from the bowl. "This is really good," he mumbled. That day, Felicity learned 2 valuable lessons. The first was that while she despised her father, she loved her husband dearly. She just never admitted it until now. The second was that boiled vegetables taste really, really good. So yeah, that's how soup came to be. And yes, I realize that may sound a bit far-fetched. Unbelievable, some might even say. Perhaps you're right. Do you know what's not unbelievably far-fetched, though? This recipe. It's delicious. I mean, come on. Would I lie to you?